Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Disrespected Fathers podcast. And today we're still going to be on what we normally talk about, but we also have to gather and gain attention or draw attention to a subject matter that will in line with what we're talking about today. Um, with that being said, I'll get right to it. But before I do that, uh, I still want to remind you that we are needing subscribers to each of our podcast shows. So we have to have 500 subscribers to get monetized. So, with that being said, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so. And don't forget the other podcast channel, the Retro Jersey Podcast. Um, we're looking for 500 subscribers on each channel. So please stop by, hit subscribe, and that's all you have to do. It don't cost nothing to subscribe. It's a free entity. Now, with that being said, on with the show. So I know it's kind of old news. It's 4 days old, but uh, there was a little girl by the name of Aaliyah. I think last name is Williams, who shot and fatally wounded a cop by the name of Lindsay Carter. And we're going to get into it because I have two opinions about this thing as a father, but I want to give you a little bit of the story and let you see what you think. So, Denise's, Aaliyah's mother, Denise, she went into Walmart and purchased like a 75, 80-inch TV from Walmart. So she goes and gets ready to leave. She gets ready to leave out of the store, but she dropped her receipt. What are the odds in dropping your receipt, you might ask? Probably excitement, but let's move on. She drops her receipt and gets ready to walk to the door to leave with her TV. There's this receipt checker, Trevor McCaffrey. I think that's his name, Trevor McCaffrey, who stops her at the door. A young dude stops her at the door and tells her, show him her receipt. She didn't realize she dropped the damn receipt. So she walks back over with them to tell the people, the lady that already had processed her purchase. And the lady confirmed it. Yeah, she was just here. She just bought the TV. Now, during this time, she's getting ready to leave again. This dude won't let her out the store. To me, that's kidnapping. You are impeding her. You are impeding her path to leave. That's kidnapping. I know some laws in some states have it 300 yards before they consider kidnapping, but I consider you won't let somebody leave. That's kidnapping. So she finally gets around him. She finally gets around him, and she is getting ready to load up the thing in her car. So this dude calls the police department, and here comes a cop by the name of Lindsay Carter. If I'm saying it right, I can't remember if I'm saying it right or not, but there's this cop, Lindsay Carter, pulls up on the scene, and she immediately, as soon as she gets out of the car, she's got her hand on her gun already. For what? For what? She has her hand on her gun already. Please explain to me why this is necessary. So, unbeknownst to them, her daughter is in the car. Well, unbeknownst to the cop, the daughter is still in the car. And she's watching this and witnessing this while they grab her mother, throw her up against a car, and punching her in her rib cage. Punching this woman in her rib cage. And just having their way with her. Or having his way with her. Or her way with her, whatever it is. The little girl sees this. The little girl sees this and gets out the car with the gun and busts the officer in her eye. She expires immediately. But before I go any further, let's not forget that Officer Carter had already choked Miss Denise out. Officer Carter had already choked Miss Denise out. So eventually they got her to regain consciousness. And by the time the other cops had arrived, once again, I said, Officer Carter had expired. Now, let's get into the other thing. This is why all Black people and poor people should not shop at Walmart. You stop shopping at Walmart. They can go and build these buildings and build these stores in poor people communities and treat them like slaves. I have not been into Walmart. I promise you to Jesus, I could not tell you the last time I went into a Walmart. Anybody will tell you, I do not shop at Walmart. I will never shop at Walmart again in my life. But here we are, still going there, and you get treated this way. There are other stores that you can go to. There's the dollar store. There's Winn-Dixie. There are other stores you can go to. How about building your own damn store? So they took them both into custody, even the little girl. They took them both into custody, and for the love of the good Lord above, from the love of the good Lord above, they found that Miss Aaliyah was justified in what she did. That's a first. That's a whole first thing. She was justified in what she did, and her mother was justified or released without charge. Now, I want to talk about what happened to this Trevor dude. I see, was it yesterday? They finally went on ahead and arrested him for making a false statement making a false statement saying that Denise assaulted him. They went and looked at the tape and seeing that the lady purchased the TV. They looked at the tape and seen that that assault lie that you told the cops, never happened. Why are we still shopping at Walmart? This never happened. I hear that there's a lawsuit against Walmart from the Williams family, and rightfully so. But if I am the Carter family, I want to sue Walmart as well because their employee got my loved one killed. Their employee got my loved one killed. If I was them, I'll prosecute to the fullest extent on this Trevor McCaffrey dude. This is why a bill needs to be paid, man. This is why a bill needs to be passed, excuse me, a Karen rule. Every time somebody files a false police statement, I think this, I was just talking about this to a friend of mine yesterday. Every time you you make a false police statement against somebody, I think there should be a $7,500 fine every time you do it, and there are no charges brought upon these people. You make the cops come out. You make the cops come out frivolously. You should be tagged $7,500, and it should go up 2 times 7,500, 10,000, or 15,000. And then the next time you need to start serving time in jail in 10,000 or 15,000 and plus 90 days in jail. I promise you to Jesus, they'll stop this. I promise you to Jesus, they'll stop this. If the country's so in debt, start putting that law. We got more Karens in, we got more Karens in this world. More Karens are more populated than regular civilians. How can you not make money off that? So y'all make this viral and run and tell the president that. If he want to get this country back on his feet so fast, let him do that. Pass that bill. The Karen Council bill. The Karen Council bill. How about that? So again, I think that Officer Carter's family needs to want this dude with nothing less than life in prison for lying and getting an officer killed. Now, I told you I had 2 opinions. I'm happy that this little girl saved her mother's life, and to me, she is a hero, and she may have just changed the world. She may have just changed this world. I thought George Floyd was going to do it, but she may have changed this whole entire world. Shout out, little queen, to wherever you are. Shout out to your family. But I'm going to say this. I also read deeper as to where her mother taught her how to use a gun. Her mother taught her how to use a gun. Y'all already know where I'm going with this. You already know where I'm going with this. First and foremost, why are you teaching a child to use a gun? Why are you teaching a child to use a gun? Where's her father? Where's her father? You know, kids sop up and sponge up everything that we do. They see you using that. They see you using that gun, and they're letting you teach them how to use it. One day, they're going to watch where you put it, and then they're going to make a mistake and hurt somebody else's child fatally. Y'all remember a few years ago where this little girl, 9-year-old girl, went and shot and killed uh, a city official or a what's the word I'm looking for? An activist, a community activist. When her and her mother was arguing, she went in the house. She went in the house, got her mom's gun, and shot this lady, 9 years old. And that's not the first time she did that. That wasn't the first time she did that. So again, where is her father? Where is this little girl's father? I'm going to say this again. I'm glad everything worked out, but I still believe that you were out of pocket for teaching this child, 6-year-old child, how to use a gun. You were out of pocket. I'm sorry. I'm on the side of right. But had she had her father in her life, this probably wouldn't even happen. You and your husband or you and your kid's father could be at Walmart together getting the TV. This probably won't happen because one thing I do know as a bouncer, they are intimidated when they see a couple together. They are intimidated. You think this dude was going to stop you just when you were with someone? If you were with somebody, he wasn't going to bring it to that level. He probably would have stopped you, but he wasn't going to bring it to that point because your husband or your kid's father is not having it. Now, if he was that type of person to be passive on it, pick the wrong dude. But again, I'm going to ask you, how and why is this little girl learning to use a gun? Ma'am, you're 38 years old. Your little girl is 6. These are times that she's supposed to be learning her childhood or loving her childhood. Make this make sense to me as a father. And fathers, we we can agree on this or disagree on this. But in the end, I feel that I'm right because you never know. Kids gonna follow you or see you plant something. What the least you expect it happens. The least you expect, they're gonna see where you put it. But in this case, Aaliyah knew where you put it. Come on now. Come on now. Uh, I know things happen as far as losing the receipt, and can't blame me on that. I know had this took place with me, this would have took place with me, and my wife or my girlfriend, we'd be writing a whole different book. We'd be writing a whole different book right now. They would have forgot all about that damn TV. Putting your hands on mine, putting your hands on my wife or my girlfriend. Mm-mm. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You get Coach Carter, Officer Carter, all of them out here, because they're gonna have to referee this beat down. Because I'm Trevor for Lion and Coach Officer Carter. I'm sorry. What's alarming also is I see um, Officer Carter was a 28-year-old rookie. Now that's alarming to come in there with that kind of reputation as a hothead. I want to ask y'all something in the comments. Put it down in the comments. Do you think this was karma? If you do, I will agree with you. I think it was karma for something else. But having said that, I don't think she deserved to lose her life over a lie that somebody manufactured. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think in the comments, because that's my mixed POV on this. Had there been a father there, father's not going to allow her to see this. You got to ask yourself, you got to ask yourself, who's raising these kids nowadays? Who's raising these kids? Because these incidents with little kids are coming up, and the outcome, the genesis of this is single mothers, young kids, single mothers of little kids being adult before their time. Come on now. I'm glad that this little girl saved her mother's life. I cannot specify enough. I can't specify that enough. But you may have just signed up for later troubles in life with this situation, because it emboldens them. It emboldens the kid. Okay, I killed once, and I don't mind doing it again, because you've heard that before. Right or wrong, you've heard this before. That's it for today. Like I said, I need all you guys to like the video, share it, click notifications, and please subscribe to the channel. With that being said, be looking around the middle of this month, or towards the end of the month. We're gonna start using Zoom for people to call in and things of that nature. So get ready for that, and please, we need subscribers. We need to get to 500 subscribers before we are able to start getting monetized. Thank you, and have a great day, and please take care of your children.